Maps. They are more than just tools for navigating the world. For centuries, they have been the key to understanding uncharted territories and exploring the unknown. Through maps, we have discovered new continents, hidden oceans, and vast lands that we never knew existed. But some maps go beyond the ordinary. They depict places that defy our modern understanding, places that seem to exist outside the laws of nature, places that shouldn't be possible. When you think of maps, you likely imagine geographical locations, countries, rivers, mountains, and seas. But what if I told you that ancient maps show more than just these? What if I told you that some maps reveal mysterious lands, unexplainable anomalies, and even cities that no longer exist, as if they were plucked straight from the pages of legends? These maps challenge everything we know about the world and invite us to question whether there's more to history than we've been taught. One such map is the Piri Reis map, drawn in 1513 by the Ottoman admiral and cartographer Piri Reis. This map is infamous for its accuracy in depicting the coastlines of South America, but it's not the accuracy that intrigues historians. It's the depiction of Antarctica, without its ice cap. Antarctica, a landmass covered in thick ice, had not yet been discovered when the Piri Reis map was drawn. How did this 16th-century cartographer know that Antarctica existed, and more shockingly, how did he manage to map it without the thick ice sheet that covers it today? Some believe this map holds clues to a civilization long forgotten, one that had knowledge of the Earth long before modern explorers set foot on these lands. But the Piri Reis map is far from the only strange cartographic artifact. Across the world, there are maps that depict cities, lands, and places that defy explanation. One such place is the lost city of Atlantis. For centuries, the story of Atlantis has captured the imaginations of explorers, scholars, and treasure hunters alike. According to Plato, Atlantis was a powerful, advanced civilization that disappeared beneath the sea in a cataclysmic event. Yet, throughout history, many maps have included the location of Atlantis, placing it in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Today, no such landmass exists, but why did ancient cartographers mark this location with such certainty? Could there have been a real landmass there, lost to time, or was this simply the result of mythology? Another mystery lies in the ancient maps that depict the Terra Australis, a vast southern landmass that appeared on maps before the discovery of Australia. These maps, which originated during the Age of Exploration, show a massive, unknown landmass in the southern hemisphere, which some believe to be a new continent. But long before anyone could confirm its existence, explorers charted it with great detail. In the 16th and 17th centuries, the idea of Terra Australis dominated European thought, and maps of this land persisted for centuries, despite no evidence of its existence. What did these maps represent? Was it the result of ancient seafaring knowledge, lost civilizations, or just sheer imagination? The questions don't stop there. Throughout the centuries, other maps have surfaced, showing places that are far beyond the reach of modern explorers. Maps depicting locations like Shambhala, a mystical city believed to be hidden somewhere in the Himalayas, or the City of Gold that many believe was somewhere in South America, still remain a subject of intrigue. How did ancient cultures know about these mythical locations? Were they based on real cities that have since been lost to time, or were they entirely fictional? And how do these places appear on maps so long before modern exploration revealed their absence? As we delve into the realm of these ancient and mysterious maps, we'll explore the stories behind them, the possible truths they contain, and the extraordinary questions they raise about history, exploration, and the nature of reality itself. Do these maps point to forgotten civilizations with knowledge far beyond our understanding? Or are they simply the product of overactive imaginations and mythological tales? Whatever the answer, the mysteries they hold continue to captivate us and challenge everything we think we know about our world. Join us as we explore these maps and the secrets they may hold. We will take a deep dive into the world of ancient cartography and discover the mysteries that have persisted for centuries. From lost cities to strange lands, these maps may just hold the key to a forgotten past that we've yet to uncover. The mysteries of ancient maps have fascinated historians, explorers, and adventurers for centuries. These maps, crafted long before modern technology and the accurate instruments we rely on today, often depict strange, unexplored territories, mythical lands, and even entire continents that no longer seem to exist. Yet, these maps continue to captivate our imaginations, leading us to wonder, how could such depictions have been created? And more importantly, why did they appear? One of the most compelling examples of these enigmatic maps is the Piri Reis map, a famous 16th century Ottoman map. This map is particularly remarkable because it contains extremely accurate details of South America's coastline, some of which were unknown to European explorers at the time. But what makes it even more mysterious is the fact that it also features a portion of Antarctica, a land that should have been covered by ice at the time. How could the map's creator have known about Antarctica before it was even discovered? This question has puzzled historians for years, and no concrete explanation has been found. Some believe that the map holds the secret to an ancient civilization with advanced knowledge that was lost over time. Maps like the Piri Reis map point to the possibility of lost knowledge, but there are also other maps that depict entire continents that seem to have vanished without a trace. The most famous of these is the map of Atlantis, a legendary continent that was said to be a highly advanced civilization before it mysteriously sank into the ocean. Plato's writings are the primary source of the Atlantis legend, but many ancient maps also show the location of this lost land. From the 16th century, several maps were created that pinpointed the supposed location of Atlantis. What is curious, however, is the fact that these maps often show Atlantis in the same region, despite being created hundreds or even thousands of miles apart. This suggests that the idea of Atlantis may have been based on some form of ancient knowledge passed down through various cultures, but the true source remains a mystery. Another well-known legend depicted in ancient maps is that of the city of Shambhala. According to Tibetan mythology, Shambhala is a hidden kingdom, located somewhere in the vast Himalayan mountains. This city is said to be the home of great spiritual wisdom, a place where the secrets of the universe are hidden away from the world. For centuries, explorers have searched for Shambhala, but no one has ever confirmed its existence. However, several ancient maps, dating back to the 16th and 17th centuries, depict Shambhala in a specific location in the Himalayas. Some believe these maps could be based on real knowledge of an ancient kingdom that may have been hidden by spiritual or mystical forces. Others think that Shambhala may represent a metaphorical place, rather than a literal one. As we delve deeper into the study of ancient maps, we begin to see a pattern emerge. These maps often point to lands that seem to defy the conventional understanding of geography and history. The idea of lost civilizations, hidden realms, and unexplained phenomena continues to intrigue us to this day. But what if these maps are not simply the product of wild imagination or erroneous cartography? What if they hold clues to something far more significant? Some experts believe that these maps are remnants of an ancient civilization with advanced knowledge, a civilization that was wiped out long before modern history began. But why would these civilizations leave behind such cryptic maps? One theory suggests that these maps were created as a form of warning, a way for ancient peoples to pass on knowledge about the dangers of certain lands or the location of powerful secrets. The fact that many of these maps were carefully crafted with remarkable precision only adds to their mystique. In some cases, these maps even include information about geographical features that were later discovered, such as the existence of uncharted islands or the precise locations of certain landmarks. Yet, despite their detailed nature, these maps often depict lands that we have been unable to find, even with our most advanced technology. Perhaps the answer lies in the idea that the lands themselves are lost, not in the physical sense, but in a more metaphysical or spiritual sense. Some believe that these places are hidden from the world, either by natural forces or by mystical means. This would explain why we have never been able to locate them, despite the tantalizing clues left behind in ancient maps. There is also the possibility that these maps represent a time before our current understanding of the world. If these maps were created by an ancient civilization with knowledge far beyond our own, it is possible that their geography was based on principles that we cannot yet comprehend. Perhaps these maps depict not physical locations, but spiritual or energetic realms, places that exist outside of our current perception of reality. As we continue to study these ancient maps, it is clear that they hold many secrets waiting to be uncovered. They offer us a glimpse into the past, into a world that existed long before our own. Whether these maps were created as a form of knowledge, a warning, or a record of forgotten civilizations, they continue to spark our curiosity and inspire our imaginations. The mystery of these maps is one that may never be fully solved, but that is what makes them so fascinating. They remind us that there is still much we do not know about our world and the ancient civilizations that came before us. In conclusion, the study of ancient maps is an ongoing journey, one that continues to raise more questions than answers. As we explore these maps, we are reminded of the mysteries of the past, and the possibility that hidden knowledge may still be waiting to be discovered. Whether it is the lost city of Atlantis, the hidden kingdom of Shambhala, or other unexplained lands, these maps offer us a glimpse into a world that remains shrouded in mystery. And perhaps, just as the ancient explorers once sought out the unknown, we too can uncover the secrets that these maps hold. Atlantis. The very name sparks visions of a lost civilization, buried beneath the ocean's depths. The legend of Atlantis has been told for thousands of years, and it continues to captivate the minds of those who hear it. But is it a mere myth, or is there a deeper truth hidden within the ancient stories? Ancient maps offer us some of the most intriguing evidence, showing what seems to be the location of a vast, advanced society that has since disappeared without a trace. The earliest references to Atlantis come from the works of the Greek philosopher Plato. In his dialogues, Timaeus and Critias, Plato describes a powerful civilization that existed over 9,000 years before his time. According to Plato, Atlantis was an island larger than Libya and Asia combined, a place rich in culture, technology, and wealth. But the story takes a tragic turn. The Atlanteans, in their pride and greed, angered the gods, who caused their land to sink into the ocean in a single day and night of catastrophic events. Since then, Atlantis has been the subject of endless speculation. Was it a real place? Did it exist as Plato described it, or was it a fictional allegory meant to illustrate moral lessons? For centuries, people have searched for Atlantis, trying to find its location on ancient maps and even in the myths of various cultures. Some have argued that Atlantis could be somewhere in the Mediterranean, while others suggest it may have been located in the Atlantic Ocean. And yet, despite the many theories, no one has been able to pinpoint its exact location. However, ancient maps might hold the key to understanding where Atlantis once stood. One of the most fascinating pieces of evidence is the Piri Reis map, created in 1513 by the Ottoman admiral and cartographer Piri Reis. This map shows the coast of South America with remarkable accuracy, but what makes it even more intriguing is that it also includes the coastline of Antarctica, an area that had been covered by ice at the time the map was made. How could Piri Reis have known about Antarctica before its discovery by modern explorers? Some researchers believe that the map is evidence of an advanced civilization that predated recorded history, possibly the Atlanteans themselves. The Piri Reis map is not the only one that hints at the existence of Atlantis. Several other ancient maps, including those created by ancient Egyptian and Greek cartographers, also depict lands that may be connected to Atlantis. These maps are notable not only for their accuracy in depicting areas that were not yet discovered, but also for their inclusion of places that seem to correspond to descriptions of Atlantis. For example, some maps show a large landmass in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, which could be the island of Atlantis described by Plato. Others feature unusual symbols or markings that suggest knowledge of ancient civilizations long forgotten. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence linking ancient maps to the lost city of Atlantis comes from the Orontius Phineus map, created in 1531. This map depicts the coastline of Antarctica without any ice covering it, suggesting that ancient cartographers had access to knowledge of the continent before it was buried beneath glaciers. The map's accuracy and the fact that it shows the land as it may have appeared thousands of years ago have led many to believe that it is evidence of Atlantis, or at least of a much older civilization that may have had advanced knowledge of the world. The idea of an ancient civilization with advanced knowledge of the Earth raises many questions. How could these ancient civilizations have possessed such knowledge? Some believe that these civilizations had access to ancient technology that has since been lost to history. Others speculate that they may have had contact with extraterrestrial beings, whose advanced technologies were passed down through secret knowledge. Still others suggest that these civilizations may have had a deep understanding of the Earth's natural forces, allowing them to create highly accurate maps of the world long before modern tools were available. But if these maps are indeed evidence of Atlantis or another lost civilization, why are they so difficult to interpret? One possible explanation is that the knowledge these ancient cartographers had was encoded in their maps, with symbols and markings that are not immediately recognizable to modern eyes. This would suggest that there is more to these maps than meets the eye, that they hold secrets waiting to be uncovered. Some researchers have spent decades studying ancient maps, trying to decode the hidden information within them. But despite the efforts of many, the true meaning of these maps remains elusive. It is also worth considering the possibility that Atlantis was not a single, unified civilization, but rather a collection of advanced cultures spread across the globe. Many ancient civilizations, including those in Egypt, Mesopotamia, and Mesoamerica, have left behind evidence of remarkable achievements in architecture, astronomy, and mathematics. Could these civilizations have been part of a larger, interconnected network that spanned the world? If so, the maps they created may provide clues to their shared knowledge and the secrets they left behind. As we explore the mystery of Atlantis, it is important to remember that the legend may be more than just a story. The existence of ancient maps that depict lost lands, strange coastlines, and unexplained phenomena suggests that there may be more to the Atlantis story than we have been led to believe. Perhaps the real secret of Atlantis is not a single place, but a lost history, a history of ancient civilizations that reached heights of knowledge and power that we can barely comprehend today. As we continue to study these ancient maps, we may begin to unravel the mysteries of the past and uncover the lost knowledge that has been hidden for millennia. The maps of Atlantis may not just be records of a forgotten civilization, they may be keys to understanding the true history of humanity and our place in the world. In conclusion, the search for Atlantis is more than just the pursuit of a lost city. It is a journey to uncover the secrets of ancient knowledge, hidden in plain sight on maps that have withstood the test of time. Whether Atlantis ever truly existed as a physical place or is simply a symbol of a greater truth, the maps we study today continue to offer us tantalizing glimpses of a world-long past. The mystery of Atlantis may never be fully solved, but it will continue to inspire us to explore, to question, and to seek out the hidden truths that lie just beyond our reach. For centuries, the icy continent of Antarctica was believed to be discovered only in the 19th century. But there exists a map that challenges everything we know about history. It's called the Piri Reis map, and it was drawn in 1513. This ancient chart, created by an Ottoman admiral and cartographer, shows something truly extraordinary. A section of Antarctica without its ice. And here's the shocking part. Modern science didn't uncover the ice-free coastline of Antarctica until the late 20th century, using advanced sonar technology. So how did someone in 1513 manage to draw it? Some researchers believe the Piri Reis map was based on even older sources. Lost charts, passed down from civilizations long forgotten. Civilizations that had the technology to explore the farthest reaches of the planet. And if that's true, then our understanding of ancient history is completely wrong. The Piri Reis map was drawn on a piece of gazelle skin parchment. It shows parts of Europe, Africa, and South America. But it also shows a landmass at the bottom of the map that resembles Antarctica in shocking detail. Geologists and cartographers were stunned when they compared it to modern satellite images. The shapes, the proportions, even the coastline indentations, were accurate. Except for one thing. The map showed Antarctica without ice. That should be impossible. According to conventional history, Antarctica has been covered in ice for millions of years. So how did this ancient map depict it as if it were ice-free? Unless it was drawn from a time when Antarctica was still visible. Piri Reis was no ordinary sailor. He was an admiral in the Ottoman Navy and a brilliant cartographer. He claimed that his map was compiled from older charts, some going back to the time of Alexander the Great. Others, possibly even older. He only drew what he had seen on the source materials. And one of those sources seemed to contain knowledge lost to time. Piri himself admitted he didn't understand how the maps were made. He was simply a collector, a copyist, passing on ancient knowledge. Knowledge that modern man has only just begun to rediscover. Modern researchers have found that the Piri Reis map uses a form of spherical trigonometry, a mathematical technique unknown in Europe at that time. It aligns with a grid that some believe could be a remnant of an ancient global mapping system. In other words, someone, long ago, may have mapped the Earth in its entirety. Not with satellites, not with planes, but with tools and knowledge we still can't explain. And this mapping system wasn't unique. Similar accurate ancient maps have been found, like the Orontius Phineas map of 1531, and the Bwach map of 1737. all showing Antarctica's coastline beneath the ice. In the 1950s, scientists from the U.S. military conducted deep ice radar scans of Antarctica. What they found matched the Piri Reis map almost exactly. Mountain ranges, valleys, coastlines, all hidden beneath miles of ice. It was as if someone had mapped Antarctica before it froze over. Or worse, at a time when it wasn't frozen at all. Could it be that Antarctica was once home to a lost civilization? One with knowledge and tools far beyond our own? And if so, where did they go? Keycap 1 Lost Ancient Civilization. Some believe the map is evidence of a highly advanced civilization that existed before the last ice age. Possibly Atlantis, or something even older. Keycap 2 Extraterrestrial Influence. Others suggest the knowledge came from beyond Earth. From beings who visited and mapped the planet long before recorded history. Keycap 3 Secret Knowledge Hidden by Elites. A darker theory claims this knowledge has been kept hidden by powerful institutions, because it would rewrite history and collapse the current narrative. The Piri Reis map is not just a curiosity. It is a challenge. A puzzle from the past, daring us to re-examine everything we believe. If this map is real and accurate, then who were the map makers? What else did they know? And what have we forgotten? The map that should not exist might just be the key to a history we were never meant to remember. Some researchers believe the answer lies in a forgotten epoch. A time before the last ice age, when Antarctica wasn't a frozen wasteland, but a thriving continent, covered in forests, rivers, and possibly civilization. Satellite imagery from NASA has revealed strange geometric patterns under the ice. Massive, grid-like structures, stretching for miles. Are these natural formations? Or the ruins of something ancient? Something we were never meant to find? In 2016, a group of scientists exploring Antarctica reported something strange. A massive magnetic anomaly beneath the surface near Wilkes Land. Some believe it's the site of a meteor impact. Others? They think it's the remains of a buried city. A place that predates all known human history. And suddenly, the maps start to make sense. What if those ancient cartographers had access to this place before the ice? What if their maps weren't errors, but evidence? Then there's the Orontius Phineas map, drawn in 1531. It shows mountain ranges in Antarctica that modern science only confirmed in the 20th century. How? How could a man 500 years ago draw such accurate geography? Unless he wasn't the first to see it. Unless he was copying knowledge passed down over millennia, from a time when humanity was far more advanced than we believe. This brings us to a chilling theory. That history, as we know it, has been deliberately erased. That long ago, there existed a civilization. Global, connected, wise. And then, something happened. A cataclysm. A flood. A pole shift. A comet. Whatever it was, it wiped them out. And the survivors? They scattered across the world, leaving behind only fragments of their knowledge, hidden in ancient temples, sacred texts, and old maps. Maps that were never meant to survive, but somehow did. Are these just coincidences? Or are the ancient maps trying to warn us? To tell us that history repeats? And that another cataclysm could come again? The answers may lie beneath the ice. But for now, they remain frozen in time. But ancient maps don't just show us what once was. They hint at what still might be. Take the Zeno map, drawn in 1558. It shows islands in the North Atlantic, some of which don't exist today. One island in particular, Frisland, appears on multiple maps from the 16th and 17th centuries. And then, vanishes. Geologists have searched, satellites have scanned. But there is no landmass where Frisland should be. Was it a mistake? Or did something cause the island to sink, disappear, or shift into another realm? And then there's the Kangnido map, created in Korea in 1402. It displays Africa and the Middle East with surprising accuracy, decades before Europeans ever reached those regions. The proportions, coastlines, and even mountain ranges are too precise to be guesswork. Where did this knowledge come from? Trade? Explorers? Or something even older? A global source of information that predates known civilizations? Some believe these ancient cartographers had help from non-human intelligences. Myths from around the world speak of sky gods, beings who descended from the stars and taught humanity science, mathematics, and astronomy. The Dogon tribe of Mali knew about the Sirius B star, invisible to the naked eye, long before telescopes existed. The Sumerians mapped the solar system, with planets we didn't officially discover until the 20th century. How? Unless they were taught. Unless the maps are echoes of interstellar visitors. If that sounds far-fetched, consider this. Many ancient maps are aligned with celestial coordinates, not the Earth's modern grid. They use star positions to map geography, as if the map makers were watching the world from above, not walking it on foot. Why? Who uses star-based mapping? Astronomers, pilots, spacefarers. Were these maps meant for the sky? Were they guides not for sailors, but for something else? So what are we looking at? Mistranslations? Fantasies? Or the fragments of a lost technology? A puzzle scattered across time, waiting to be reassembled? Every ancient map holds a clue. But we must ask, are we ready for what they'll reveal? Or have we already forgotten what we were meant to remember? If these ancient maps truly hold knowledge from another age, then we must ask, where did that knowledge go? And why was it buried? Theories abound. Some say it was lost in great cataclysms, floods, earthquakes, pole shifts that wiped out entire civilizations. Others claim it was hidden deliberately by secret societies, ancient priesthoods, or powerful empires to protect forbidden truths. Truths about our origins, our purpose, or even our place in the universe. Consider the legend of the Hall of Records, said to be buried beneath the Sphinx in Egypt. It supposedly contains scrolls, tablets, and maps from a time before history began. The ancient Egyptians spoke of a lost land, Zep Tepi, the first time, when gods ruled the earth, and knowledge was passed from stars to man. Could these records still exist? Hidden under our feet, waiting for the right moment? Modern technology has started to peel back the layers. Ground-penetrating radar has revealed anomalies beneath ancient sites. Chambers, tunnels, voids where there shouldn't be any. In 2017, A scan beneath the Great Pyramid uncovered a massive unexplained cavity. Over 100 feet long. It has no known access point. And no known purpose. Is it a burial chamber? Or a vault? A time capsule from a forgotten era? But it's not just Egypt. In South America, ancient cities are being discovered beneath the jungle. Some older than anything we thought possible. Laser mapping in the Amazon has revealed urban grids, roads, canals, and structures buried under centuries of growth. The maps we're finding now match the landscapes beneath the trees. How? Unless someone mapped them before the forest existed. And then there are the satellite anomalies. Strange shapes deep in the oceans. Rectangular formations, patterns too perfect to be natural. Some resemble city grids. Others look like symbols. Coordinates burned into the earth. Or warnings. Could some ancient maps be star charts for those watching from above? Are we the cartographers, or the ones being mapped? In the end, every map tells a story. But not every story has been told. Some truths lie hidden beneath ink and parchment, waiting for curious eyes to see past the surface. Perhaps the ancient mapmakers weren't trying to record the world as it was, but the world as it used to be. Or the world as it might one day become again. So what do we make of all this? Ancient maps that show lands we've never seen. Coastlines drawn before the last ice age. Cities hidden beneath jungles and seas. And knowledge that seems far beyond the reach of the ancient world. Are we simply misinterpreting the past? Reading too much into flawed, artistic drawings? Or is there something far greater at play? A message left behind by a civilization we've forgotten. Or perhaps, one we were never meant to remember. For centuries, we believed history was linear. That we began as primitives, and slowly advanced. But what if that's wrong? What if we are not the first? What if we are simply the latest? A civilization built on the ashes of another? And what if the maps are the only clues that survived? Modern science is beginning to question long-held beliefs. Geologists are uncovering evidence of massive cataclysms. Events that could have erased entire cultures in a single generation. From sudden climate shifts, to ancient comet impacts, to the possibility of pole reversals. The Earth has reset itself before. And it will again. If so, what remains? Stone. And maps. Maps etched into temple walls. Drawn on animal hides. Painted in caves. Passed down in myth and memory. Preserved, perhaps not just as records, but as warnings. What if the ancient cartographers knew something? What if they saw the Earth as it once was, and as it would be again? What if their maps weren't just navigational tools, but messages? Messages written in symbols, geometry, and stars. Messages we've only begun to understand. There's a reason these maps captivate us. They speak to something deep inside. A longing for connection. A desire to know where we come from. And where we're going. To understand the true story of humanity. Not the one in textbooks, but the one written in stone, sky, and mystery. So when you next look at an old map, look closer. Look at the corners, the monsters, the forgotten lands, the strange symbols, and ask yourself, are you seeing what was? Or what is yet to come? Because maybe the maps aren't showing us the past. Maybe they're trying to guide us toward the future. To a truth we're not ready to face. or a destiny we're meant to fulfill. In the end, the greatest mystery is not the maps themselves, but the minds that made them. Who were they? Where did they get their knowledge? And most of all, what were they trying to tell us?